yesterday's game. How did you rate, the compete level, the defensive intensity that your team showed?
It was good in spots. Our second quarter was really good. I didn't think the other three were great. We saw some moments in each quarter, but we got to get better.
What is the conversation after a game like that like with the team? Like, do you tell them, like, hey, the compete level wasn't good enough? How does it go?
I think we've always been honest. That's how we deal with things here. We all address each other that way. Honestly, hey, we can be better. We know we have some work to do. Let's come back to better tomorrow in practice. Let's get after it.
Are there any players that stood out to you when you rewatched the game?
I thought everybody had their good moments, but we weren't as good as collectively. So individually, I had some good stuff, but it was the collective stuff that we need to be better at.
How do you translate individual success into collective success?
Everybody doing the right thing and for more minutes. We saw some good stretches of some good ball movement. We saw some good stretches to some defense. We just got to put it together for more.
Any players you'd like to highlight?
No.
With the team being in like the situation it is, and the expectations you guys have coming into the season, does that change, being in more of like a rebuilding mindset, does that change what you're looking for as you look at players on the bottom end of the roster?
No, for us, we got a high standard. We want all of our guys to improve, 1 through 18, so that's a big thing for us, is we want to grow the whole roster, the whole team. That could be someone who's a two-way to a guy who's the first year in the NBA to someone who's 11 or 12 years. We want to see growth from everybody. That's something we really believe in our organization, our player development program. So we look at them all the same.
Does the criteria you evaluate them on change based on the situation of a team? Like if you guys were like a true title contender, does it change? Are you looking for more like a specific skill set, but versus here you're looking more for, best player?
We're still learning about our roster, so that's part of our growth is we're learning how guys are going to play together, some of what their skills are, how do we best utilize them offensively and defensively. I think that is one thing that we will look at this year too.
Perfect.
Thank you.
What's the most important thing your team will take away from Canada?
Most important thing, I think, what a great city, diverse city. We got to experience a little bit of the culture yesterday. I think the game in itself was tremendous, like the fan support, like what a unique experience for our team. But we've used this as a time to bond for our group too. We've been up here an extra few days, time to get away and bond as a group, and I think we've had a good opportunity to do that in Montreal. Great place.
Why is that so important for a team to bond? So what does that do for you on the court?
I think it's just about developing relationships, getting to know people's stories. I think those things matter. It matters to us, matters to our organization, so I think that's the bonding stuff we wanted to get out of this trip.
First, you had a pretty good preseason over. How'd you feel about your game?
Yeah, I just felt that I was a lot more aggressive than usual. Just really playing downhill, not only for myself, but for my teammates as well. So, I mean, like you said, it's just the first preseason game, so it's a process, and it's going to be a long season.
How do you you want to play more aggressive, but how do you, actually do that in a game? What's the process of doing that?
Yeah, it's kind of just knowing when to pick your points of attack. I'm not just going to come down and try to go 1-on-5 right away. It involves a lot of ball movement with my teammates. And then, eventually after we swung the ball around a lot, when an opening opens up, you just take it.
What's the most important thing the team is going to take away from this trip to Canada?
Definitely, I would say just like team bonding, the camaraderie. We've had a lot of outside events that we've went on as a team. So I would say just kind of getting to know everybody and being around them.
Why is it so important to bond that way? How does it help you on the court?
Yeah, it's very important. It creates team chemistry, and that's something I feel like we need right now. It can help us, offensively and defensively.
I'm curious about the process of player development. Where do you feel the team has helped you most, since the U front office came?
Definitely just knowing the game. I mean, since I came in, obviously the NBA is a lot different than college, so kind of just knowing the offensive schemes, defensive schemes, what shots to take, what shots to force, stuff like that.
What kind of stuff do you feel like this coaching staff, Coach Keefe has talked extensively about every assistant has a player development background, essentially. What do you feel like is something they've taught you that you didn't know previously?
Definitely defensive stuff. I mean, just being in the right spots, knowing when to shoot the gap, knowing when to switch, how to handle pick and rolls, how to handle pin downs. So just really a lot of stuff defensively and offensively, just taking the right shots.
Do they do anything differently than previous coaching staff you've had?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of been the same. Just a lot of knowing the plays, knowing the defensive schemes. Mm-hmm.
For you, do you find yourself wanting to reinvent your game or kind of redefine yourself as you head into?
Not really. Kind of just be more aggressive and be more confident. I definitely say my shot's feeling a lot better than it has been, especially since last year. But nah, just kind of instead of redefining my game, just kind of developing it more, just getting better at the stuff I'm really good at.